Celebrate Houston's Asian and Asian American communities at Asia Society Texas's free night market. Eat, shop, and explore at the festival's outdoor market of 70 plus local vendors and enjoy live music, a beer garden, carnival games, and dance performances for all ages. I can't wait for this one night only night market on Friday, November 1st at Asia Society Texas in the Museum District. Learn more at asiasociety.org/Texas. Houston's largest international and independent film festival is almost here. The 16th annual Houston Cinema Arts Festival runs November 7th through the 17th, featuring over 40 unique film events, workshops, performances, and more. Just the first week, you can see the coming-of-age film Tendaberry. Then, the 30th anniversary screening of Reality Bites, and Swamp Dogg gets his pool painted with a performance from Swamp Dogg himself at the newly reopened River Oaks Theater. Get your all-access passes, which include all the screenings, performances, and exclusive parties at cinemahtx.org/HCAF. Single tickets are available too. Today on CityCast Houston, we're talking about what to do in November around the city of Houston. There's a lot of volunteering opportunities. You've got great food to pick up for Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving. And of course, there are tons of events. So producer Carleon Jones and executive producer Laura Isensee are joining me to give their best recommendations of what to do this month here in Houston. This month's guide is brought to you by Houston Cinema Arts Festival. It's Wednesday, October 30th. I'm Rahil Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. Can you believe it? It is November and it is a busy time in the city of Houston. But first of all, I just want to welcome everybody in. If you are a new listener to CityCast Houston, thank you so much for giving us a try. And you can subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcast. And we'll drop a fresh episode every weekday morning. You can also subscribe to our newsletter called Hey Houston for even more Houston news, happenings, food tips, history. And we just want you to feel better connected to the city that we all love, which is H-Town. So welcome in. We have a lot to talk about. But first, Laura, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing really great. My voice is a little hoarse, those fall cold vibes, but I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah, that could have been a section. What medicine should we take to get over these fall colds? Because everyone is going through it. But thank you for powering through. And Carleon, welcome in. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm the same as Laura. I'm over here, piling up on Zyrtec, Sudafed.
Everything kind of fed.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. It's that time of the year.
But it's, good.
But there is a lot to do. And before we jump into some of our events and recommendations, I want to start with this. It is that time of the year where we are grateful. We're thinking about what we're thankful for. So, Laura, what are you grateful for this month and this year, maybe?
Well, I'll stick with this month. I am really grateful for the chance to use my voice at the ballot box and go and vote in this year's election, not just for president, but also Senate and all the down ballot races, the judges, all these things that affect our community day to day. I'm just really grateful that we live in a place where you can cast your ballot and use that voice.
Yep, and election day is November 5th, so make sure you go out and vote. And if you want more information regarding some of the down ballot races, the HISD bond, we've covered that on the CityCast Houston podcast. I've linked those in our show notes so you can listen to those episodes before you step in and cast your ballot. All right, Carly, how about you? What are you grateful for?
Okay, so it might sound cliche, but I'm going to go with my family and friends and just everything that surrounds me. I'm really grateful for that. But specifically in November, I have a lot of family members who have birthdays, like my mom, my grandma, and my goddaughter. So some of my special girls. So I'm definitely grateful for them this month. So yeah.
That is beautiful. And same wavelength for me. Look, I am thankful for my friends and family, but truly I am thankful for this platform, for a chance to talk about the city and share our love with all of our listeners. It is so much fun. It is a rewarding job. So I am truly grateful for that. And here's to just many, many more great moments with CityCast Houston. Now, let's talk about some volunteering events because this is the time of year where people are thinking about what they're thankful for and giving back. My family, we like to volunteer every week if we can. I make my daughter volunteer for sure once a week, but then we'll do a big family one once a month. For people who want to get into it this month, let's give them some volunteering opportunities. Carly, why don't you kick this one off?
So, I have an opportunity called Operation Turkey, which is really awesome because this is something that you can not only do Thanksgiving Day, the day before Thanksgiving as well, but also all year round. This is an event where they'll be preparing packages, delivering warm food, delivering clothes to the people that are less fortunate in the homeless community in Houston. They have it in Katy, Southeast Houston, West Houston, and South Houston. So you can get involved no matter what area you live in because, we have this sprawling city. So it's kind of hard sometimes to get involved, but there's so many great things you can do to help cook, prepare, deliver meals, and really just do something great for the community.
That is awesome. Really giving back and volunteering to make sure that everyone has the essentials and also that hot meal on Thanksgiving Day is so beautiful.
And if you want to get involved in this, it's super easy. We have the link to the website where you can sign up in the show notes, but they give you a step by step breakdown, which is really perfect. So you don't even have to rack your brain on it.
I love that it's not just for this month, but really all year round. And my volunteering activity is kind of similar in that vein of taking advantage of this month to give back and help support our community. But if you kind of get that bug and you want to keep giving back, it's a place you can go back to every month, and that is Interfaith Ministries. They have this portal online where you can go and look up all different kinds of nonprofits. So it's kind of a catch all. So you can see what really fits your interests. So if you really want to help animals, or you want to support refugees new to Houston, or you want to support those who don't have enough food, you can go and they'll connect you with all these different nonprofits. And they also have a special page to help long term recovery efforts for people who've been affected by Hurricane Beryl and they're still recovering. So it's a great service from Interfaith Ministries, Volunteer Houston. Check it out in our show notes and let us know if you end up volunteering with one of those groups.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I have started my volunteering journey on that website so many times. And it's usually to the animal section because my 9-year old loves animals and she just wants to volunteer with animals as much as she can. So I love that. And Interfaith Ministries is such an underrated organization. And we need more conversations, more gatherings with all of our people in the city of Houston. And they do such a great job. So I'm so excited that you brought that one up.
And what's yours, Raheel? What are you recommending people go out and volunteer?
My volunteering opportunity, I recently relearned about Plant It Forward. I remember seeing it on Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown episode on Houston, and I am so excited to go volunteer here with my daughter because what they do is they're an organization that helps new American farmers with a refugee background grow fresh produce that they then sell at farmers markets across the city. They have 4 farms, and it's great for a big group or just a small family like mine, so you can help the farmers on the actual farm, with all sorts of maintenance, planting stuff, harvesting crops, whatever it may be. But then they also need help at farmers markets because a lot of the farmers, English is not their first language. So they need translation services to help sell at the farmers market. So definitely check them out. I've included information on their community days and volunteering opportunities in the show notes. And this is just a beautiful project.
It's a beautiful project, and I gotta say, their produce is also super fresh and super amazing. My sister used to have one of their farm shares, so you can sign
Yeah.
up and get like weekly or monthly drops from their fresh produce that's grown right here. And so I've shared some of that with her in the past, and I love this. I've read some stories of some of these farmers, and it's just really inspiring.
Yeah, this is really dope. I really love both of your suggestions. And I love that Rahil's taking his daughter out so early to get involved in the community like this. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, my parents would take me and my siblings to volunteering stuff as early as I could remember, like soon as we moved to
Wow.
the country when I was 5 years old. So it's always been a big part of my family. And I'm trying to instill the same thing into my oldest daughter and, of course, my youngest one, but she's 2. At this point, she just goes to volunteering opportunities and runs around. But, you got to start them young, right? You have to be able to give back and know that this is an important part of being in a community and also in being in this family. So, yeah, I definitely take her out, and it's so rewarding.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The Museum of Fine Arts Houston presents Living with the Gods, Arts, Beliefs, and Peoples. To celebrate its centennial, the museum has organized a once-in-a-lifetime exhibition that features extraordinary objects made by artists to communicate with their gods. Living with the Gods represents a vast array of religions and beliefs, with art created across cultures and across thousands of years. The 200 objects demonstrate the astonishing quality that artists have achieved when driven by passion and faith. Living with the Gods is on view from October 27th through January 20th, 2025. Visit mfah.org/livingwiththegods to learn more. That's mfah.org/livingwiththegods. Hey Houston, looking for some design inspiration? Check out the 2024 AIA Houston Home Tour. On November 2nd and 3rd, you'll get a rare chance to step inside some of the city's most stunning custom homes, all crafted by some of Houston's top architects. Whether you're dreaming up your own perfect space or just love exploring amazing designs like I do, this tour is a must. Each home is a masterpiece showcasing the collaboration between homeowners, architects, and builders. And the best part? You can chat with the architects right there on site, so you can get tips, ask questions, and soak up all the creative vibes. Don't miss out on this unique experience. To learn more or grab your tickets, just head over to architecturehouston.org. Again, that's architecturehouston.org. So mark your calendars November 2nd and 3rd and come join us for the AIA Houston Home Tour. You won't want to miss it. Okay, speaking of family, we're going to have a lot of family and friends over this month, whether it be earlier in the month, of course, Thanksgiving week. A lot of people are traveling here to the city of Houston. So let's give the people an activity we can go do as a group with family or friends. Laura, why don't you kick this one off?
I'm so excited because literally my favorite festival of the year is this month, and that's the Dia de Muertos festival at Mecca, which is a community center in Old Sixth Ward at a historic elementary school. And it's such a beautiful event. It's been going on for 24 years. We went last year, and what I love about it is that it celebrates Latin American traditions and the festival of Dia de los Muertos when you honor ancestors or loved ones who have passed on. And whether that's something that's part of your heritage and your culture, it's a great place to celebrate it. Or if it's something that's new to you, it's a great place to explore and learn about it. So they have music, they have dancing, they have children's art activities. They also have an exhibition of these altars in honor of ancestors and loved ones. So you can go and see, and the detail and the beauty, I mean, it's really breathtaking. I'm getting chills right now remembering some of the altars we saw last year. And
Oh, that's awesome.
it's also free. So it's free to enter and you get to enjoy all of these activities. They have a vendor market, so you can pick up cool things there and also food vendors. So it's a 2-day festival, the first weekend in November. Highly recommend.
Okay, you promise not to laugh at me. I've always known what Dia de los Muertos is, right? But I really didn't understand how important it was and like some of the aspects of it until we watched Coco. And I'm telling you, like, it was such a great movie. And now when you were talking about it, I got chills as well, right? Because when you're thinking about our friends and family who have passed on, like remembering them is so important. And it's something that we do in our culture, of course, but not to the level that it is done on Dia de Muertos. So I love it, and I really want to check it out this year.
Yeah, let me know if you check it out. And I'm only laughing about Coco because I really love that movie too. And I
It's so
think
beautiful.
it was beautifully done. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because I love that movie.
Great way to teach the kids and the adults.
Carly, how about you? What event are you recommending?
So it is Native American Heritage Month, which is the perfect time to go out with your friends and your family to learn more about our area's first settlers. This is the 34th annual Native American Championship Powwow. And this is a 2-day event at Trader Village in Houston. And this year it'll be November 9th and 10th. It is a free event and it's super duper duper cool because there'll be hundreds of Native Americans gathering here to compete in traditional dance events, and they'll be winning prizes and awards. On top of that, there'll be amusement park rides, there's food, drinks, and then 1,000 vendors. So you really have time to just shop till you drop and do whatever you want to do, a little bit of something for everybody. I think this is a great event to learn more about our Native American heritage here.
Yeah, not only learn about it, but take part, right? The powwow
Hmm.
dance competition, those are incredible. I've seen them on Instagram. And isn't that amazing? It just shows you how big our city is, how important it is that something this big is going to be here. And yeah, that's going to be November 9th and 10th. That's going to be a full weekend. And Traders Village is so much fun as is, but with a great competition and cultural exhibition like this, it's even better. One thing I love about Houston is that it's full of amazing stories. Here's one that I just learned about. In 1940, a girl named Ruth Steinfeld and her family were deported from Germany to one of the first Nazi concentration camps in France. She and her sister managed to escape with the help of a rescue group, and Ruth ended up making a life here in Houston. Now, her portrait is part of a new exhibit called Facing Survival by David Casson. The exhibit memorializes over 24 survivors at Holocaust Museum Houston, and they really make you think about the resiliency of the human spirit. Facing Survival is on view now through January 5th at Holocaust Museum Houston, and the museum is free on Thursdays from 2 to 5 p.m., and kids 18 and under and college students are always free at Holocaust Museum Houston. Learn more at hmh.org/facing survival. Okay, Carly, that same weekend, the 11th annual Islamic Arts Festival is happening as well at the University of Houston, and there are a lot of fun things to do at the festival, so you can check it out with the link in our show notes. But for something later in the month, especially when it's Thanksgiving week, when friends and family are here, I'm going to make this one easy, y'all. You got to gather everyone up and head to the 75th annual Thanksgiving Day parade in downtown. It's
Mm.
free. You get to hang out with other Houstonians as you cheer on bands, floats, and you get to see Grand Marshal and a 9-time gold medalist, Carl Lewis, lead the entire thing. And afterwards, here's the best part, you can just explore downtown, maybe bring a football, head to Discovery Green, and play a little touch football with the friends and with the family. So I love this one. It's one that I like going to when we have time because Thanksgiving Day is so important. It's busy, but I like going there and just seeing everybody.
Do you have any recommendations of the best spots along the route to watch the parade?
So in our show notes, the whole map is on there. My favorite spot is the one that is open. Okay. Like we usually drive around. I wish I had one because every year we pick a different spot. We just pick whatever we can find with easy parking and wherever there isn't like 5 deep, right? So even if
Okay,
you're in the
okay.
second row, it's fine. But there's so many good spots. Again, the map is on there. So find anywhere, but be on the parade route. Okay. That is so important.
Nice. Well, I have one more family activity. Let's just call it a quick bonus round. And that is the Nutcracker Market. And that's the middle of the month, November 14th through 17th. I have to admit it, I've actually never been. So I've been missing out. I'm going to try and make it this year. But some of my aunts and my sister, they've gone. Basically, it's at the NRG Center, and it's just a huge floor, hundreds of vendors and selling all sorts of food, crafts, and more. It's a great way to support small businesses, get some early holiday shopping, and heads up, it is a little hectic and overwhelming, but it's
Yes.
a whole experience. So check that out.
I think you will love it. I went 1 year with Ken Hoffman, who passed away this year, my dear friend. He loved this market so much because there was one lady who sells this pasta sauce, and she sells it once a year. And he would literally get cases of it. That's how much he loved it. And he would freeze it. And he took me 1 year, and I was overwhelmed. I was like, hey, this is way too much. But it is so cool just to see how many small vendors are out there.
Wow, like she has to have some golden pasta sauce on her hands. We need that at HEB. If you're only
It
selling it
is so
once a
good.
year,
He wasn't wrong. Like he gave me a bottle and it was delicious.
wow.
Okay, starting my Nutcracker shopping list. Ken Hoffman's pasta sauce.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up and I'm glad we talked about food, but now let's talk about food. Okay, it's Thanksgiving. It is the marquee food event of the month and probably year. And a lot of people are also doing Friendsgivings, they're doing company gatherings. Of course, you've got Thanksgiving Day. So instead of going to a restaurant, let's talk about a side or dessert you can pick up at a local restaurant and take it to your event. I'm going to kick this one off because I cannot enjoy Thanksgiving without the jalapeno corn from Damaris Barbecue. This is my go to side. I have to pick this up for any gathering. I've tried to make it at home and it's just a cream corn with jalapenos in it. But the way they do it, I can never get the recipe. So I just go and buy the quart and always bring it. So that is my recommendation. If you haven't had it, go try it out, even if it's not Thanksgiving. But that jalapeno corn, oh, it's to die for.
Sounds really good. I've not had that. I like that idea of like the spicy and the sweet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's why
Nice.
it works so well.
Yeah, that corn sounds really interesting. My mom used to make like this Mexican corn bread and it would have like jalapenos and stuff in it. So, yeah,
Mm.
that sounds pretty good. My recommendation is from Comfort Foodies. I'm pretty sure you probably heard of this restaurant all over Houston, but it's basically a Caribbean Southern soul restaurant and they're offering like complete catering. So, you can get all types of things to impress the party. I mean, from full dishes like empanadas, oxtails, whole fried Cajun turkeys. They even have pans of like Cajun and shrimp pasta.
Oh,
And then on the
wow.
dessert side, they have homemade desserts like peach cobbler, bread pudding. And then they also have amazing sides like, your classic mac and cheese. They have rice and peas, collard greens. And to top it all off, they're offering coquitos, which is a festive Caribbean coconut flavored cocktail that's kind of like an eggnog. So if you want to impress your party, this is the place to go and go grab a little dish to bring to the Thanksgiving gathering and, make everybody be like, oh, like, where'd you get this from?
Yeah. And just say, I made it. You know what? Go ahead,
Yeah.
take
Exactly.
credit for it. Why
Yeah,
not?
it was all me.
Okay. Do y'all still like normal turkey or do you only like Cajun fried turkey? Because I am all about fried turkey now, especially Cajun fried turkey.
Yeah.
I actually haven't had a Cajun fried turkey. We usually do classic.
Okay.
Um, I'd love to try it. I mean, this comfort foodie sounds amazing. And I love to do a twist on Thanksgiving. Like, I love all the classic meals, but if my mom hasn't made it, I want to try something new. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm more the fried turkey girl because I like something with a spin on it. And I feel like it has a little bit more flavor in it because it has like, all the little grease and, you know, the unhealthy stuff.
Yeah, it's injected with Cajun spices. Like I need that because turkey, I don't mind it. It's fine. Some people hate it because it's just bland.
Yeah,
But man, I don't know. Like I think you're cooking it wrong if it's that bland.
true.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's
You're
true.
cooking it wrong if it's that bland. Like you're probably overcooking it, or maybe you need like a little extra gravy, keep in those juices. I mean, I can't tell you how to cook it. I just know you're doing
Yeah.
it wrong.
That's another episode for another day. How about you, Laura? What are you recommending for us to bring to our events?
So I have a really great recommendation for you, and that's the Junior League of Houston's Pantry. If you're not familiar with the Junior League, it's a nonprofit here in Houston that's dedicated to serving women and children. And one way they raise money is through their pantry, and it's basically like a to-go kitchen. Um,
Oh, wow.
and so for Thanksgiving, you can order your entire Thanksgiving meal, or for your Friendsgiving, you can order the turkey, You can order all the sides, you can order rolls, desserts. But here's the thing, all year round, you have a party, you have a gathering, they have party platters, they have frozen casseroles, so you can get chicken spinach crepes or orange rolls for that brunch you're hosting, or beef stroganoff. I love to go there if a friend has had a baby and I get a big casserole to take for the family. But honestly, I'm planning to get my turkey from the Junior League this year because I'm not skilled enough yet to cook that turkey. I'm cleaning my house for company. So I'm getting the turkey. And full disclosure, I am a sustainer member of the Junior League of Houston. So this is near and dear to my heart, but it goes to a great cause.
Wow, that is so cool. I had no idea this existed. I'm checking out their menu right now and it's fairly priced. So you just place your order, pick it up, and you're ready to go.
That's it.
What is orange roll? That is interesting to me. I don't know. When you said that, it was just like, huh.
Oh, I'm glad you asked because I have no idea what it is either. What are orange rolls?
Orange rolls, it's kind of like a pastry roll with like orange flavor on it. So
Mm.
instead of like a cinnamon roll, it's an orange roll.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So it's sweet. You
fancy.
got me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
in.
sweet. Yeah.
I'm
It's like a great brunch thing, a brunch roll.
how cool. All right. I have to try orange rolls for sure.
Yeah, that sounds something new. I'm used to Hawaiian rolls, so let's switch it up.
Yeah.
Orange rolls.
Okay, and I've got one more thing here for y'all, which is our sponsor pick of the month from Houston Cinema Arts Festival. And this is going to be on November 7th at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston. And it is the screening of Tendaberry by Haley Elizabeth Anderson, who was born and raised here in Houston. And this is kicking off the 2024 Houston Cinema Arts Festival. There's also going to be a Q&A from director Haley Elizabeth Anderson and star Coda Johan.
I'm really excited about this festival. I really enjoy a good movie and I love seeing local directors and under the radar films. And they have a lot of other events, including the 30th anniversary screening of Reality Bites.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to feel old with me, let's go see it together.
All of that is happening this month. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for all of these great recommendations. And of course, tag us on Instagram when you go out and about in the city, whether you're volunteering, picking up some food, going to one of the events that we mentioned at CityCast Houston. Laura, Carly, thank you all so much.
Thank y'all. Happy November.
Thank you. Such a pleasure. Can't wait to hear what everybody's up to this month.
That was producer Carleon Jones and executive producer Laura Eisensee. All of our recommendations are linked in the show notes. Hey, I know you've got friends who are always looking for something to do around the city, so share this with them, at least 3 of them, so y'all can gather up and enjoy the community events, or maybe even put together a volunteer group to do in November. You can also subscribe to our newsletter, Hey Houston, where you can get a daily dose of joy and, of course, Houston news and happenings. And don't forget to hit subscribe to our podcast wherever you're listening. That will do it for today. I'm Rahil Ramzanali. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
And what's yours, Raheel? What are you recommending people go out and volunteer?
I have it right here as soon as I'm done coughing.
Oh man.
Come on, body. We got this. All right. All right, 3, 2, 1.